GM everyone, welcome to Vibecoding 101 and this is Enlightened Corner. My name is Pels and you're welcome. If you are watching this is because you are actually interested in learning how to vibe code and stuff. So without wasting much of our time, let's just get straight into it. I already prepared a slide for people that have maybe zero knowledge idea of whatever vibe coding is before we start coding. So by the end of the class, you will learn the fundamental workflow of vibe coding and engage in hands-on exercise to enhance your skills in building application through conversational interactions with AI. In this class, we are going to understand what vibe coding is, learn the basic workflow, and also I will be building some websites with different apps. So that's it. So what is vibe coding? Vibe coding is an AI assisted programming language where you describe what you want in natural language and an AI to generate and upcode it to for you. This means that you just need to describe what you want for LLM, that's AI, to generate whatever you want and you get your code. That's just it. Your role is to run the app, observe what happens, and ask for changes. So instead of writing every line, you just guide the app into whatever you want to make and you give it back and all. So that's just it about vibe coding. Vibe coding, yeah, you already described this. You describe what you want, the AI generates code for you, and then you run. Yeah, why coding matter, blah blah blah. I do not want to bore us with this video, so I'll be attaching the slides to this video. Yeah, I'll be attaching the slides to this video. So let's just go straight to the important ones. Yeah. So we have traditional coding, the one we before AI came into the image, should I say, yeah, before AI came into the whole plan, whatever, we have devs, they use normal, they do traditional coding, they troubleshoot line one by one, and code are written manually step by step. So this is what traditional coding means. And also we have AI assisted coding. AI suggests code as you type, generates reusable snippet generation, human review, and all. And then we have vibe coding, where you use everyday language for programming tasks and AI generates code for you. You have to focus on feedbacks to get the best out of whatever AI is giving you. So that's just it about vibe coding. So let's talk about vibe coding tools. We have different types of vibe coding tools. We have hundreds, we have thousands. I'm not going to exaggerate. We have thousands of. So let's just get straight to vibe coding tools part one. We have different type of vibe coding tools. I would say we have hundreds of vibe coding tools we can actually use as at December 16th time recording this. We have hundreds, if not thousands, but let me just not exaggerate. So we have hundreds of vibe coding tools. We have the likes of both. We have Replit, we have Lovable, and we have V0. These tools focuses on no, they focuses on different type of things. Replit, for example, allow users to create, collaborate, and deploy. These tools are similar in nature. Should I say, yeah, similar. They are good for prototyping. When you want to do a quick whatever quick design, maybe you want to prototype something quickly like a UI or just want to build a simple interface and can use all these type of vibe coding tools for it. And we also have the likes of Cursor, Antigravity, we have Ada, and we have Windsurf. These are much more, should I say, the interface of these tools are much more advanced. Yeah, advanced is the right word, not complicated. They are much more advanced than the previous one, which are the both Lovable, Replit, and V0. V0 allows you to build from wherever you want, and you'll be seeing your whatever you're building beside it. Why cursor, anti-gravity, and the likes are more like IDE VS Code, where you type your code and stuff. So we have different type of tools. We still have other tools which I did not mention in this tutorial or class. We have likes of, you can also we have Copilot, we have lots of them. So a simple vibe coding look a simple vibe coding workflow looks like this. You describe what you want in a clear natural language, and you let the AI create or update the code. You run the app, observe how it behaves, then you describe what is wrong if AI doesn't get it at first try, because you are definitely going to have to iterate and keep working on whatever you are doing. So that's just it. Ask the AI to make specific change. Repeat this loop until app feels right for your needs. Yeah, so that's just it about vibe coding. So let's get to vibe coding in Web3. Vibe coding shines in Web3 for quickly prototyping the apps and smart contracts, and also blockchain tools without having much deep solidity or Rust knowledge. So even if you don't have the likes of, you don't know how to code smart contracts, you don't know how to design, you don't know how to build front end or back end, you can actually use AI to assist you in building whatever you want to build. So prompting, yeah, prompting is the act of giving clear, specific instructions to an artificial intelligence to get whatever output, telling the AI what to do and how to do it with better context and all. So whenever you are trying to write code in web in not even Web3 alone, whenever you are trying to write code, you have to like tell the AI what you want to build. You have to tell it in better context for AI to get it perfect. You can't just say, okay, give me a portfolio website, and AI will just generate a random portfolio website for you. But if you are going to come and say, okay, give me a portfolio website, I want the hero page to look like this, I want the call to action to look like this, I want to have some images, I want to have some videos, I want to have different type of things on this page. So the more context you give your AI, the more your design makes gets better. So for example now, if you want to build an NFT mint in the app, you can't just say I want to build an NFT mint in the app. The AI will just come up with whatever I want, the tools you are using rather, and it will just build something random for you. Or if you say build a simple NFT minting app on base chain, connect wallet, show available NFTs, mint button that call a smart contract, display transaction status, stuff like that. Use React frontend and VM for blockchain interactions. You see now that this is much more this is much more detailed than the previous one that just say, okay, I want to build an NFT mint in the app. Yeah, so that's the same thing with token balance checker. You can either say, okay, I want to build a token balance checker, or you give the LLM much more context, like create a wallet balance viewer for Solana, input wallet address, fetch so token balance, display in a table with refresh button, use React, and blah blah blah. So the more context you give an AI, which is the better your prompting is, the better the app you are going to get. So that's just it about prompting. I do not want to bore us with too much talks. That's why I'm just trying to move fast. So approach to vibe coding website tools. When you say you are approaching vibe code, yeah, follow this step-by-step method for reliable results. You specify the stack clearly. Always name the blockchain. Okay, I want to design something for Ethereum. You can say I want to design something for Ethereum and EVM chains. Yeah, it's going to give you different Ethereum and ETH chains. Wallet library, you can use different wallet library like Wagmi, like PM, like Solana, Web3.js, like Move, Aptos, whatever. And it's going to actually fetch it and get the work done. And you can also use different UI framework like React, Next.js, or even as simple as an HTML code. It depends on whatever you're building. So that's just it. You can just that's an example. You break down into layers, front end, you describe the UI flows, like how you want it to be. You want it to collect wallet, show balance, transaction form, backend, or check. For your smart contracts, you can actually call ERC tokens, blah blah blah, and stuffs. And data, you can actually tell you AI, okay, you want to fetch your token price from CoinGecko API, or maybe even CoinMarketCap API displaying with something, and it's going to actually get it for you. And it's even going to give you a step by step on how to do all these things. So that's AI for you. That's AI by coding for you. So we still have, yeah, and handling security and edge cases. When you are trying to vibe code in Web3, even not just Web3, vibe code at all, you still have to like be worried about security. Am I not putting users at risk for interacting with whatever I'm building? So whatever case of stuff you are building, you still have to like get to request for security and iterate with retestnet, start on testnet, always start on testnet. Don't use mainnet for your testing the environment. Deploy to Vercel with experimentation. Optimize gas by batching calls, blah blah blah. This and this. Yeah, I'm going to send the slide to you. I'm going to attach it to the video I'll be sending out to everyone. So you can actually read it at your own time and understand it more. Risk and limitation. There are also important downsides to by coding. There are some hidden complexity. If you not read the code properly or security problem or bugs can actually go unnoticed. If something goes seriously wrong, it can be hard to debug without stronger technical knowledge. This actually depends on whatever you are building. If you are building something as complicated as maybe should I say you are trying to build a DEX and you do not have knowledge of how it works, you don't even know how Uniswap and the likes, their repo and stuff, everything. You don't know how these things works in the first place. You are going to have to get to fix some challenges. That's just it. You are going to face some challenges, and it's going to be hard to debug without having some knowledge. So AI generated code quality varies. Sometimes it is clean and solid, sometimes messy or inefficient. Yeah, this is true. Some AI codes are actually messy as should I let me say that word on this call. Some AI generated code quality are crazy, and if you are not being careful, you are using the wrong model. You are going to face a lot. So knowing the right model and the right tool to use is one of the good things in live coding. Best practice for safe vibe coding. To use vibe coding safely and effectively, always run and test their thoroughly with realistic data. If vibe coding is web2, feel free to use testnet environment first. I said that earlier. Try to break it, click on and use edge cases and check error messages. Treat AI code as drafts needing human review. Validate all users' inputs. Manage secrets with environment variables. Yeah, this is one of the important things you need to understand about vibe coding. We have different whenever you are using vibe coding all these websites, you might need to like use some secret keys or APIs or whatever. And vibe code hard coding it is like actually adding down those secret keys or APIs to your code directly, and someone with an actual dev knowledge can actually inspect your website and see all these secret keys. So putting them in environment variables actually removes it from the front end and takes it back to the back end of whatever website you are using to host, whether you are using Vercel, whether you are using Netlify, whatever. You can actually store your secret and API keys there, whether you are using the likes of Render for backend, whatever app you are using, whatever website you are using, rather, you can actually store your environment variables there and not hard code it on your website. Yeah, secure APIs with authentication and authorization for people that might be using lots of APIs, and use HTTPS security headers and integrate traditional security tools and many more. You can actually tell AI to do all these things for you, and it will actually come up with something great. So that's just it about vibe coding. Yeah, start vibe coding today, not coding. We are not coding, we are vibe coding. Start vibe coding today and you realize how fun it is. So thank you very much for staying to. If you are still here till now, you actually want to learn something. And sorry for if my voice is kind of low. I'm trying to speak as low as possible because this is 2 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, so that's just it. So you can also follow us on Twitter. You can follow us, our community on Twitter at Enlightened the Enlightened, or you can also text us for whatever, and you can also follow me on X if you want. Yeah, so let's just get straight to vibe coding. We are going to be vibe coding two different tools today. When I was talking about different tools earlier, I mentioned that some tools are good for vibe coding front end and quick prototyping, while some are more advanced. And also we are going to be doing one of quick prototyping, and we are going to be doing another one of, yeah, we are going to be picking one from this while we also pick another one from this. So for this one, I'll be using Lovable. You can actually decide to use any of this. You can use both.net, you can use webclick.com, you can use lovable.dev, and you can use vib0.app or yeah, it's .app, and they have the other domains. You can use vib0.app. For these vibe coding tools, you can use the cursor, antigravity, Ada, Winsoft, and many others. You can also use Copilot. But for this class, I'll be using antigravity. Feel free to use other ones like cursor, because cursor is actually great, or I can even say it's better currently. But to enjoy cursor, you actually need to have like a paid subscription. So that's just it about that. So let's just get straight to vibe coding. The first one, yeah, I'll be using Lovable for this, so let's go. Yeah, so you can actually just click on lovable.dev, and it's going to bring this page for you. So for this class, what should we build? I'm thinking of something. Okay, let's work on building an educational website for Web3 beginners, since 80% of people that will be watching this are actually Web3 people. Yeah, Web3 enthusiasts and all. We'll be working on an educational website for Web3 beginners. Yeah, to learn more about Web3 and stuff. So the first thing I actually do whenever I want to vibe code is to get the prompting right. I told the other time that you can actually tell AI to build a portfolio, and it's going to generate something random. And you can also tell it to build a portfolio whereby the hero page is kind of animated. You describe it well detailed and make it like you explained it in such a way that it gets it better. Yeah, so that's what we call prompting, and we are going to be doing the prompting first before we come to Lovable. Lovable uses credit, and if you don't get your prompt right, you'll just be wasting time. So for this, I'll be using Gemini. I'll be using Gemini to structure my prompts very well. You can also use different types of AI for this. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Cloud, you can use Grok, whatever. You can use whatever you have, just use it. But I'll be using Gemini for this, and so this is how it's going to be. Let me just use So I'm going to tell AI what I want to build. So I want to build a website with AI. Don't mind my texting is, yeah, with AI. I want to build an educational website for Web3 beginners. The aim of this website is to give knowledge. Yeah, should I say give knowledge? Give knowledge to people who are just coming into Web3 to have a bit of the knowledge, to have a bit of understanding. Should I just understand? It's going to get it, but AI is actually smart. Even if you're texting or your wordings are not spelled correctly, it will still understand what you're trying to say. So you are going to be helping me with the prompts to build this, and I do not want something ordinary and not too complicated, because this website is meant for beginners. Yeah, so let me use fast. Let me use this. Let me use this. This is going to work better. So your job is to give me a well detailed prompt architecture and implementation included. I am not using backend for this website, so put that into consideration. Yeah, so you can actually come up with something short or even longer than mine, because I don't think I did better in this prompting, in this explanation, but you get the whole scope of trying to get a prompt from AI before building. Yeah, so it's telling us the stack master prompt. Yeah, so now it has generated a prompt for us, which we are now going to copy and put directly into Lovable. So it said something here. Let me check. Would you like me to add content? Okay. The academy stuff. Let me call the Let me call this enlightened. No, let me just paste this and wait for AI to now be able to do this magic. So while we are getting ready for this to actually come up with something, let's go back to this, and I'm trying to reach on. Yeah, so while we are waiting for this to actually finish with the generation, let's work on the content for the website. Let's work on the content for this website. Let's work on content for this website. Okay, now it's working on this. Let's go back to this is the file for IG. Like me to refine any of the no, there is no need. Telling me if we should refine the definitions in this. No, there is no need. Also, I do not want users to connect wallets at all. Each content should be well treated. That is, let me check one of these stuff. Gas explanation should be shouldn't be just a line. Let's make each explanation for these terms to be a whole page of simple words, a whole page explained in simple words. Yeah, so let's check whether Lovable is ready. I think it's still working on this. Oh, is editing Lovable simulator? We shouldn't have done that, but we are going to remove it next in our next prompting. Moving the wallet simulator entirely. Yeah. Since we have no backend, we will treat data.js like a database. Each item we have a slug. Yeah. You actually do not need database for this, but you can actually get database if you want to make. We are trying to create something like this, and you want it to be well organized and detailed and stuff, which you can actually put out there for Web3 beginners. So the detailed content is an array. The implementation prompt. Paste this prompt into. Yeah, so after that one is done, I'm going to copy all this. Sorry. I'm just going to copy everything. It's going to understand it. I'm just going to copy everything into Lovable. I think he's still working on it, so I would have to cut this. So while we are waiting for this, we can actually talk about some of those websites earlier. If you want to use both, this is both.new, both.new, lovable.dev. Let me just type show you here. Both.new. Yeah, you can see it's just like Lovable too. So you just sign in and do whatever you want to build. You can attach file and you can even enhance your prompts. You can see they have an prompt enhancer on their own website. You can also use replit.com. Yeah, I think that is done. No, not yet. Yeah, so we have our website. Sorry, you can also use replit.com, and what else? There are still lots of them. But let's just go back to our website design. You can see something has actually dropped now. Let me explain simply. Try simulator. Connect your you can actually leave this simulator. Yeah, we can actually leave this simulator. Yeah, it's actually good for Web3 beginners to understand how connecting wallet looks like. And let me just go back and say I want to leave the Web3 simulator, or let me just do it directly here. I no, let me check first. Okay, this is good. Got it. 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 More topics coming too. Okay. Glossary. Let me check the glossary. We have a lot of topics in the glossary. Let me check if this search actually works. Okay, it's working. Why does F3 matter? Okay, yeah. So I actually like how it looks, except for the design. If you notice the design, it actually looks like the random AI generated website. So I'm just going to come here and say I love this. Now let's change the you can actually use Gemini to generate this prompt, but I do not want this recording to be more than 2 hours because we are still using two tools and like the another tool. And yeah, and that one will be longer than this because this one we are just working on front end alone. So let's change the design. I do not like this UI at all. Firstly, I want a website. I want the website to have both light and dark, mode. Secondly, change the font to a better this sans serif font. This inter, yeah, this should be inter font. Inter font is basic and too common. Now make it minimalistic. People that know me, I know I like minimalistic websites, and make it very very clean. Yeah, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, i love I love this. This is not bad for a web3 beginner. What is a blockchain? Okay, I think he's still working on it. Yeah, so let's just wait a little. So as we were saying the other time, you can also use different websites. I already told you about both.new, Replit. You can also use Google AI Studio. There's something called Google AI Studio. Google has a lot of vibe coding tools. They have Gemini, they have Google AI Studio, they have Google Apps, they have Antigravity, and many more. So the ecosystem is actually great. And also we have should I say, I'm trying to look for the we have base 44, yeah. We have base 44. We have a lot, but I'm trying to get you the better ones, because there are lots of vibe coding tools out there. We have anything.com too. Anything.com. Anything.com. I think this works for building. We have anything.com. You can see this works mostly for, yeah, you can do anything. You can do mobile apps on it. I can even build sites and tools. We have base44.com. We have anything.com. We have many more. Just do your own research. We have a lot of them. Yeah, V0. Yeah, I noticed I didn't mention it. V0 dot app should be dot app. Yeah, we have up to 3 domains, but and V0 dot app works. So this V0 dot apps, you can see it's just like this. It's just like this. They all have like the same, even like Lovable. They all have like the same user interface, so everything is just familiar. If you don't have to use one very well, you can actually use the other one too and get going. So that's it. Let me just delete this, and that's it. Yeah, I think, oh, it's still designing. So yeah, you can see it's actually much better now. Yeah, you can see it's much more better than the former design we had earlier. Simulator. I prefer this. So let's just go back to Web3 to Gemini as I want to leave the Web3 simulator alone. The I'm looking to add few more features that won't complicate what I have already. I want to leave Web3. It looks good for a Web3 beginner. I'm looking to add few more features that won't complicate what I have already. A simple quiz feature. a dedicated jargon buster page. Do not update the prompt. Just give me a prompt for these new fixtures. I think we already have this. Let me just go with a simple knowledge quiz. We already have glossary. This page should. We already have search. We have wallet simulator. We have the first two already. Remaining only quiz. Sorry for this type of remaining only quiz and remaining only quiz. Give me a prompt for just that alone. Make it well detailed and keep the flow seamless. Yeah, so this is done now. You can see the simulator. Let's go back to Web3 stats. Web3 explained simply. 6 topics, 60 times, free forever. Yeah, so this is looking much more better than the first one that looks completely like an AI generated website. You can still like change one or two things here to make it better. No credit card, no sign up, just learning. Web3 starts, okay. And these explanations are actually correct also. That's how good AI is to integrate. Yeah, so the prompt for the quiz is now ready. Let's just copy it and paste here. Yeah, so that will be the last one we'll be working on for this lovable website. I do not want to take much of our time. We can just keep adding features and making it. We can even gamify it, adding different kind of stuff. Well, I love this font. Should be, let me check the font. Jakarta sounds okay. Looks good. Try the simulator. In real life, this opens your wallet app to approve the connections. What happened? You click wallet. Yeah. So all of this actually works. How is it giving me MetaMask? We are going to change this now. We are going to change this now to, oh, limit as resetted. I'm using this. Let's just, I want to change this. Let me just add to create images, generate and a favicon for the website. The name of the website is Web3 Stats. Should we leave it at Web3? Yeah, let's just leave it at Web3 Stats. slash. So we are now using fast model, which is actually does copying works. Let's see whether it works. Okay, use this as the logo for the website and also update the favicon. Favicon is that icon you see here. Like you can see this logo on Lovable, you can see this logo here, you can see this whiteboard, you can see the W. Those are the favicon for each website. Also update the title of the site and remove any Lovable generated project text. And every other image search for the website. Yeah, so why I do this is that whenever you are using Lovable as to design any website, it gives you all this logo automatically on your website, and it also writes Lovable generated website on the title. And even if you are sending it to someone, you are going to see Lovable generated projects and as the text. So that's why I'm changing it. Now let's go back to, we did something earlier. What was that? Quiz tab. Where is the quiz tab? Okay, learn. Okay, oh, okay, we have the quiz tab here now, as you can see. Let's check it on. What is blockchain described as? A shared digital knowledge no one can erase. Okay. What is gas in the context of Ethereum? I think it's already updating the website, that's why it happened. Next question. What is gas? The fee you pay to use the network. You can see it has updated it. You can actually make it better, and you can do that on your own. You can also use the likes of Nano Banana Pro to generate, you can tell it to generate a transparent background. Whatever you are telling, just be well detailed, and like let it know what you want, and not just random something right now that I'm doing. You can see this is much more better. I can now update this. Change the icon and all to this image attached. Also add more quiz to quiz questions. Add more questions to the quiz. It shouldn't be quiz questions, but you understand me now. It's going to get it. Okay. Yeah, so I think our website is looking good now. You can also change this. You can see this website is having a rounded border. You can change it back to a rigid one if you want. You can change the font. You can change whatever you like. It all depends on how good you are with what you want. An error occurs, it's going to fix automatically. Okay, we're good now. Yeah, so you can see, oh, it's not giving it as transparent, but I think this is, let's just leave it at that. And okay, let me check whether everything is still working. You can change the footer. I mean, yeah, it's footer. You can change the footer if you like, but this is actually nice. So I'll just be leaving it. I do not want to do much on this because we still have one more tool to use. So after Lovable is done fixing this error, we are just going to like go to the next tool rather. But I'm going to teach you how to deploy this and host it. Yeah, okay, it has added the quiz now. Let's just check. Start learning. Oh, 1 of 15. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, everything looks good. What is a blockchain best described as? Next question. Let me check how this button looks. Okay, looks good. So let's just go straight to, since we have our website ready now, let's go straight to deploying this website and hosting it. Let me refresh the page. Okay, I do not need to refresh, but it refreshed already. So now we are going to push our website and codes and all to GitHub. I'm sure most of us knows what GitHub is. This is where you put your codes and on a repository. So we are going to do that directly from Lovable. You can see it here. I don't know why this icon is not showing. Maybe it's my network. But on your website, you will see on your own screen rather, you will see a GitHub icon here, which you are going to click, and you will see this sync your project to sync connect. You can see it is connected now. So I'm going to click on add organization. It's going to ask for permissions to install and authorize. So you just give it permission. This is actually safe. Yeah, you can see now that the organization is shown here now. You can continue. Let's click on continue. Now you can click on connect, confirm transfer to setup, click on transfer anyway, and your codes are going to show here directly. Can see it's a new GitHub. I haven't posted anything. Yeah, you can see now that this is here now. Another thing you can do is, another thing you can see, your GitHub repository is now under your account. Another thing you can also do whenever you are trying to build, you can actually rename your project here. So whatever you rename to is going to be your repository name. For some names are actually taken to, but you can actually rename and save. So since we have our website ready, let's go to GitHub. You can see it's written in TypeScript. Okay. Yeah. Now that we have our codes on GitHub, let's just go straight to Vercel. Vercel.com. Click on Vercel.com, sign up, and do the normal registration. So Vercel actually gives you the developer tools and cloud infrastructure to build, scale, and all. They own V0, so you can also use V0 directly. So we are going to come here. So once you sign up and register on vercel.com, you are going to see this page. When you sign in, you are going to see this page. As you can see, I don't have any project yet on this website, on this should I say on this account here. So you are going to come to this top right here and click on add new. So when you click on add new, you click on project. Yeah, you see it's showing us this import git repository. Since we do not have our GitHub installed yet, we are just going to install it here. We are going to connect our Vercel to GitHub or repository. We are going to come here and give it access here. So whatever repository we have on our GitHub, Vercel will be able to see directly here. And so we have our web series explorer right now, and we can just click, let me give it something. I just click on continue and you can see project name. Project name is going to be the website name. So let me just give it something short. Web3 start. I think let me just add one more T. Web3 starts. Let me just leave it at this. Web3 starts. Yeah, the framework is Vite. Lovable uses Vite and I think React for their development. So we are going to come here and click on deploy. So our website now is deploying and we are just going to have to wait for a few more minutes or seconds depending on how fast your network is or how heavy your codes are. Sorry, I'm young. It's 2:40 a.m. and we still have one more two to go. Maybe I'll just record that in the morning. Yeah, congratulations, you just deployed a new website. So we are just going to come to here and click on continue to dashboard. Yeah, I knew the website domain was not going to be available. I wanted to add one more extra T. Edit. Sorry, I did not add the dots. Every Vercel domain ends with .vercel.app, so I want something clean instead of those long whatever. Yeah, so this is good now. So you can actually go to our website and you can see free forever, no sign up required. You can see our website works properly. Okay. Yeah, everything looks good except for this logo, which we can actually change later. Okay, simulator. Let me see how it works now. Yeah. So yeah, so the glossary works as intended to. So we are just going to glossary is just like terms and what it means. Shared data. Let's go to academy and see if this what is a blockchain. Click on this. A blockchain. Imagine a notebook that everyone in your town can read stuff. Wow, I love this. everything works properly. So there's no need for us to like go back to Lovable to fix anything. I think everything works properly like how we want it to. So text your knowledge. I did not test this. I did not test. So let me just check how this is going to end. Last time I did this, it was just the questions I answered. What should you never share with anyone? Your sweet face. What makes an NFT? These questions are quite simple for everyone. I might miss it also. The hardware, I know it is a wallet connected. Next question. DeFi, probably used for. This is the answer, but let me just pick this. Let me pick the right answer so it doesn't look like I don't know it. A smart contract, a self-executing code. And actually changes colors that shows when it's correct or when it's wrong. You can change it to red, you can change it to, I think it's showing yellow already. Correct is showing green. Why are all the answers B? Okay, this one is A. What is an airdrop in crypto? Free tokens distributed to wallet holders. For awareness, a DEX, a decentralized exchange where you trade. Wow, I love this. It gives you more explanation. DEX allows you to trade more. So this is actually a great website for Web3 beginners to start with. Why are gas fees sometimes very high network demand, but nowadays we don't have gas fee that are high again. We have Ethereum is cheap now. So what is a whale in crypto? Someone who holds a massive amount. Great job, you do know your stuff. You can choose to recreate. You take quiz. So that's just it. Let me check on light mode. I think I like the light mode better, but it's just entering my adjustment. Yeah, so that's just it about building with Lovable and deploying directly. If you are using any other website, whether it's V0, whether it's Bolt, whether it's Replit, whether it's anything.com, you still need to like connect your GitHub and deploy. You can also use Netlify. You can also use Netlify, not Netflix, Netlify.com to host your website. Yeah, it's just like Vercel, but I love Vercel. You can also use Netlify, it's good as well. So we have different alternatives for everything. So that's just it. If you are using V0 too, you can just like connect your GitHub and push. So that's it on how to build with Lovable. So up next now we are going to be using another tool here. Yeah. We are going to be using another tool here. You can try to use any of these tools. It works great. Cursor works like crazy. But I do not have a paid plan right now. So I'm going to be using anti-gravity. Why am I using anti-gravity? I'm using anti-gravity because I have Google AI Pro plan on my personal mail, so it's going to give me more higher rate limits and premium premium model. If you are using Cursor, you can actually use Cursor for free too. Yeah, so this is Cursor. Cursor is like the best ID AI ID currently. It's much more better than anti-gravity, but I actually love anti-gravity because I'm used to it already. So you can actually use a free plan and can connect, you can clone repo and open projects and start something. So, but we are going to be using anti-gravity for this class. Yeah, so you can download anti-gravity from, you can just search anti-gravity Google and click on the first link and download the software. Same thing with Cursor, you can just click cursor.com and download the software there. It works on both Mac and Windows, so it works perfectly. You can also download Cursor and explore the tool. So that's just it. So when you download your anti-gravity, just install and you're going to see a page that says you should connect your your account and stuff. Same with Cursor, you're going to have to open an account and connect it to your Google. So this is anti-gravity, this is how it looks. Yeah, so this is almost 2 a.m. I'll be recording next part in the morning. GM everyone, you are welcome to the second session, or should I say second part of this Vibecoding class. And as I said earlier, I'm going to be using anti-gravity for this. So if you have, you can choose your own choice of AI ID you want to go with, whether it's Cursor, whether it's anti-gravity, whether you want to use Windsurf or Ada or whatever out there, whether it's Copilot and stuff with VS Code. So let's just get straight to it. So while I was away earlier, I brainstormed some ideas just to go straight to the point. I do not want to start thinking about ideas on this course. So I got some fun ideas I will be working on, and if there is enough time, I do not want the class to be that too long. We might work on two different ideas. So the first one here is the crypto gift card. Yeah, so the whole idea is you deposit 0.5 ETH. The app means a gift NFT. You send that NFT to a friend. The friends go to your site, connect their wallet and seize the box. They click on wrap and the 0.05 ETH is instantly transferred to the wallet. Yeah, this is cool actually. Receipt minter. Okay. Evolution NFT. Okay, let's start with the first one. So I'll be opening a new this, and I'm going to be telling the AI, okay, I'm opening a new chat for this. I want to vibe code this website idea. So I'm going to paste this idea and send. I think the network is a little bit slow tonight. But we are going to work with what we have. So yeah, this brings the gap between utility and sending gifts. And one of the reasons why I actually love this idea is because we are in Christmas period, and it will be a fun thing to actually design. So I'm not asking you for codes. Yeah, I'm sending all the codes now. Okay, I'm not asking you for any code or whatsoever. I just want to vibe code with an AI, and what I need from you is to solidify my idea and also give me a very well detailed prompt. I need a prompt that explains what the website does, the flow from both the sender and the receiver. I'm going to be sending and someone else will be receiving at the other end. Both the sender and the receiver and the flow from both the sender and the receiver, what else? The logic and implementation plan. Okay, I'm going to be using mainly front end and smart contracts for back end. So let me just send that and see what it comes up with. Okay, the mega prompt, full stack, blah blah blah. Let me read it a little before we paste it into our anti-gravity. Deployable on Ethereum L2. Though we'll be using testnet environment, but that's okay, we can actually change it. Okay, so let me just copy the prompt and so we are going to put the prompt into this anti-gravity. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on open folder and create a new folder for this project. Let me call it Web3 gifts. Okay, so I'm going to call it Web3 gifts, and that's it. I've created the folder on my system for this. We have the agents manager and we also have editor. I'm going to be showing us the two, so let's just wait for this. Okay, we're good now. So I can actually open agents manager and start a conversation. We are using this workspace, and if this is what you are seeing for the first time, you can actually click on open workspace and it's going to open a new workspace for you, which you can actually create a folder. So let's start. I'm going to change this into Web3 gifts, start a new conversation. So I'm changing this model to Cloud Opus 4.5. because I think it's actually better than Gemini 3 Pro. I use it too whenever I'm working, but mostly I use Gemini 3 Pro for the design and purpose for the development. So I'm just going to paste what we copied from Gemini into this place. I'm not going to add this your task. It's going to understand. So I'll just wait for it to do its job. Yeah, so it's working on the implementation plan and workspace structure. So for anti-gravity, we have the agent side, which is this, and we also have the editor side. You can see the editor at the top right of the screen. I can click on open editor and that one will be showing. So this is the implementation plan, and you can actually change the panel here to different ones. I can change it to this to actually give me the terminal. So even if I want to paste my own code or just run anything, I can actually do it directly from here, and I can also just be using the agent manager to work on what I want to do. So that's just it. Let's just wait for it to finish. Yeah, so we have our implementation plan ready. The first thing you get is an implementation plan on, so you have to review. You can open it here directly from here, just view from here. The app that sent ETH Boston experience. So it's telling us, should we target deploying on base L2, or should we select a different chains or multiple chains? NFT transferability, I recommend. So it's asking us, should the NFT be transferable or soul bound? We recommend non-transferable. It should be transferable, so we should be able to send to one another. Okay. So I'm going to come. Let me read first and see whether I need something else. So I'll just click on this review, and I can also write anything here. It's going to be the same thing. I want it to be on testnet. That is, why am I using all caps? Ethereum Sepolia. For now. And also, I want it to be transferable. Mr. A should be able to Mr. A should be able to send and receive, and also send what he or she receives to another person until it is claimed. Yeah, so let me just send that. So we are waiting for it to work. You can see now it's telling me to, I can just go to open editor here and see it better. It's telling me to run command. Well, it's just going to run the command. Yeah, I need to do something before continuing with this. I need to change this environment to Vercel. Yeah, so the reason why I changed this to WSL is because it is much more better to run commands on Ubuntu rather than on this project inside this project terminal. So that's what I did. So you are just waiting for the LLM to do its job. So while you are just waiting for it to finish whatever it's doing, you can just like take a break, do something else, and you know, can also brainstorm on more ideas while you are still waiting for this to come up with the whole code and all. Yeah, so it's still working on it currently, and we just have to wait while it does its job. I would like to say this in case you are new to vibe coding or just using your system to run codes and all. The thing I would like you to do, whether you're using Windows, maybe if you are using a Windows system, you need to download Ubuntu, yeah, Ubuntu and all, and install all these npm packages. You can install directly from Ubuntu, or you can just install both of them, and also, I mean, install both Ubuntu and VS Code. Then when you open your VS Code, you just connect your VS Code to Ubuntu environment. That's what I did, VLC, whatever. And you can just ask AI for the directions of all this stuff. So it's very, very easy to do. So once you are done installing all these packages, it will be much more easier to run all these things easily. So that's one thing you should know. Install all these npm packages, all these Python, all these whatever. You can just install them down and can ask AI to give you whatever npm packages whatever package you should install for coding, and it will give you a lot of them. So just install them down. So it will be very much easier for you to do all these stuff. So that's just it. So we are still waiting for Cloud Opus 4.5 to finish with the coding. Sometimes it takes a lot of time, up to, if possible, it takes up to 30 minutes sometimes, depending on what you are working on or how complex the coding is. So you just have to wait. Yeah, so if you noticed, it said about testing the application, and next thing it just prompted us to a browser. Antigravity has its own inbuilt browser that can actually use to test whatever you are building and see whether it works. So this is what it's doing right now. So what it's doing right now is screen recording this page, and it's going to like report to, yeah, you see it's taking screenshots. So it's just going to report and send to the LLM that this is what is happening and it's not working yet. So it's giving build error for now. So it's going to, you can see now it's doing the fixing itself without you actually need to tell you that it's not working. That's one of the beauty of anti-gravity. It's going to test the website for you, check the page whether it loads correctly, take a screenshot and send back to LLM. Okay, yeah, so it's opening the page again. I just click on this and I'll go back to this. So still having more issues, and it's going to fix it by itself. So let's just wait a second or a few more minutes. The landing page did not load correctly due to the module. It's using base, but we are going to change that later. But for now, I think this is using base. It did not get that when I said I wanted the testnet environment for now. So let's just wait for it to load. It's installing this WAGMI Rainbow Kit. I think WAGMI is for connecting wallets. So you actually need that for everything to work. Just wait for everything to work properly. So regardless of whoever is using your website is going to be able to connect whatever wallet they have. You can see it says yeah, so it looks like our browser is opening now. Let's just check. Okay, okay, let's wait for this to send feedback to anti-gravity and says it's working perfectly. Yeah, this is nice. This is the reason why it was taking so long. It needed to install all these packages, so anyone will be able to use it. The UI is still trash, but for now that's not an issue. We just need everything to work and we redesign the UI. So while we are waiting for this to actually work, I do not want to interfere with this because I like to take my time whenever I'm doing this a complex website like that. I can actually open another conversation inside this particular website we are building, and I can now say can now work on the design. But let's just wait for this to load completely. I do not want to do two things at the same time. There's no need to rush. We're still generating. Yeah, so it's testing another page now to check out the unwrapping page, whatever. So it's just what it's doing right now is trying to check whether all the pages for the website exist. Yeah, so the core components have been completed now. You can see here. So it's just finalizing the project documentation, and it's been a great one. We've spent exact 1 hour on this. All core components completed: smart contract, landing page, create page, browser test is showing everything works. Let me refresh and see what happens. Okay, so let's just go back to anti-gravity. Yeah, everything is complete now. For now, let me see what it has done. A create page. NFT review. Yeah, of course. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start a new conversation and use Gemini to redesign the whole UI of Ita gifts. This one is going to take some time too, but we need to do it. Do not touch any logic, only designs. Use a nice font, and I want the website to have both light and dark mode. I like using both light and dark mode. But mostly if I have to choose, I do go for dark mode most times because I think that's everyone's choice. So what else? Let me write something. Assume you are a world class product, product designer. Design the you have. Do not touch any logic, only designs. Use a nice font, and I want the website to have both light and dark mode. So after that, you are now going to check the website properly by connecting wallet and seeing what it has done. And also we still have the smart contracts that we are here to touch. We still have the smart contract that we are here to touch. You can check it here in open. When you come to this place, you can see the contract giftbox.to accept changes. You can see we are using open Zeppelin, so the contract is safe, but we are still going to do one more checkup. I used to do one more, like just vibe checkup. I'm going to paste this smart contract into another AI. So I'm going to paste this smart contract. I don't think I was able to copy it. Let me just copy it manually. Control C. So I'm going to come to Gemini. You can use any other AI to check. This is the contract. Kindly check and see if it is good and doesn't have any security issues. Think long and hard before replying. So I do use Gemini or Cloud for this to access these smart contracts. I think this is this done already? Let me check. Okay, it has given us an implementation plan for the design. So we are going to check. The design will completely replace the current gold obsidian thing with a more versatile design. Okay, this looks good. Guys, you see, I always say this looks good, but I just believe it's going to look good by just skimming through. So I'll just tell it to proceed. So while we're waiting for this to work, let's go back to this. This is a solid functional prototype. Critical logic vulnerability. Yeah, you can see now that the recall function allows the original sender to burn the NFT and reclaim the ETH regardless of who currently owns it. 20k password. So there is a vulnerability with the smart contract. That means if you send it to someone, you can still reclaim, which is not supposed to be so. So we are going to work on this. We're going to work on this gas optimization. So let's look. In Ethereum, storage is expensive. Your gift currently takes up to 5. Can compress this down to 3 slots. Let me just say, I do not need you to give me code. Just look out for the ability in the contract. Yeah, so let's just go back to what is happening. Oh, I needed to accept this. I think I need to change that in the settings for I have already set this at always proceed, but it's still asking, so I need to just change it in the settings if I want to. So yeah, so this I'm going to copy all of this. I'm going to copy all of this now to anti-gravity. Once the design is done, I'm going to copy all this vulnerability. What's the third one? Yeah, using a call function, which is generally safe against them. However, if message sender is a smart contract that does not have receive. Yeah, so you are going to copy these three stuff into anti-gravity. So once we send it, it's going to change the smart contract. Then we are going to copy that smart contract back into this place. So once it says we are good to go, then we are going to work on deploying the smart contracts and then look at the UI design for the page and also test out the the website. Yeah, I think it's working on it currently. That's why everything is showing error. So let's just go back to anti-gravity and wait for this thing to get done with generating codes. I'm going to have to cut this down because we have waited a lot in this second part and it's not really needed. So we are just going to cut it down to the important parts. And I would add, not might, I would add some timestamps to it on YouTube. So everything should work well. So once I copy, I'm going to paste that here. Change the model to Opus 4.5. Then send. So now we have both UI still working on UI, and also we are now working on the smart contract as well. So she just wait a moment. Let me check if the design is still working on. Okay, still working on the design. So it's done with the codes for the smart contracts. Yeah, this is saying we need pending. There's a pending command I need to accept. So let's check the contract again and see whether it's better now. So I'm just going to copy everything, Ctrl C, and paste it. So I'm going to tell it now, check this one whether the ability has been fixed and whether there is no new bug. Oh, I forgot to paste it. It's going to ask for me. Let me also try to. Yeah. Yeah, so it says this contract is solid. We have successfully patched the vulnerability and the logic is tight. Okay, so we're good to go now. And also, if you want to maybe like double check or triple check, you can also use other AI like Grok and ChatGPT if you have like the premium, or you can just use the normal one and just check across different AI to check if there is any bug before deploying. So it's still working on the UI. Why? Let me check whether his website is open now. So while we are waiting for this to be done, I want to make a little announcement. We are starting a Vibecoding challenge in January. So we are doing January has like 5 weeks. So we are doing like one project per week. So we are doing one project per week, which means that you get to build 5 different stuffs. We will be categorizing this into maybe Web2 apps and Web3 apps. So feel free to choose whatever you like. So this is why this is one of the reasons why we're having this tutorial, to get you started up on things. So if you're already in our community, you'll be notified of when this is starting and how we are going to go about it. And if you are here to join Enlightened, just you are going to drop a link in the bio of this video for you to join. And also, if you are watching from the if you are watching from the Google Drive, I'm going to send to the events chat or your mail. I'll be attaching our community link to the document and all. So you have to like follow up with it if you are interested. Just in case you're interested. It's not my fault, but we'll be building together and building cool stuff together. So, and if you have any idea on how this can be better, so just feel free to drop it in the comments or reach out to me on X and we can discuss better. Yeah, so it's done now with the whole design and let's just check what it has done. Okay, this is not bad. The create gift is not working. The how it works does not work. This looks good. So let's just go back to anti-gravity. It says something here that the console shows an error for Wallet Connect. So if you want to use Wallet Connect on our website, we need to register and get a project ID. So let's just go straight to this. So I want to say something. The create the how it works and learn more page are not showing. Also change the font. I think this is enter. This should be enter. Yeah, even if it's not enter, let me just leave the font. Also change the also I noticed the buttons on the website and not also I noticed the colors are not the same and the color doesn't match our website. The font too can be better. So let's just can see the font is somehow. I think this is enter for this font, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it works is now loading, which is supposed not to. So I think it's working already. So let's just go straight to the wallet connect page. I have to postpone this for now because I'm not able to do this right now. So let me check for more ways to verify and see whether I can do this. Let me just go straight to this. I'm not the one handling the stuff, so might not be able to do that. Might not be able to fix the wallet connect, but the rest are going to work. The likes of base connect, base wallets, and other wallets. Okay. It has changed the design, but can still go with it. I'm going to tell it to change this, but let's just wait for it to finish. The button on the header is still not changed. This is orange. This is looking like a light yellowish button. Let me check anti-gravity. Still loading. Let's just wait a moment. Okay, let's just go straight to this. Change the color of the button on the header. Connect wallet to, is it orange or amber? Let me just write to amber. Change the, I don't like the font. I don't know why I don't like the font. But I can just leave it. Let me just leave the font alone. Add an FAQ session to the landing page. No wonder I still don't like the feel of the website. I believe it can be cleaner. Change the color of the header. Yeah, let me use Gemini 3 Pro for this. I noticed I've been using Opus for, that's why I'm getting this kind of design. So let's just wait. I'm unable to do to register for the wallet connect this night because won't be able to receive the code on the, so I might just have to like do that after the call. Okay, so I think it's much more better now. The button at the header. Let's check whether it's done. I can't see the, okay, scrolling to check for the FAQ. FAQ is also how it works. Don't mind me. That's the same thing. Almost the same thing, yeah. But let's just have FAQ too. Yeah, this looks much more better in my own opinion. This is yet to change. Yeah, the website looks very nice now. So let's just connect wallet and see how this works. I don't have a wallet on this environment, so I might just have to. Let me check whether it's going to work. MetaMask extension in this local environment. Okay. Yeah, so let me try connecting wallets. Okay. This is working now. Let's just connect the wallets and see how it looks like after connecting wallets. The wallet is connected. Let me check create gift. Okay. So we have a recipient address, the amount of Ethereum you want to send, and the style of box. Okay. I think this looks good, but one thing I would love is I want to change the style of box. I want to change the style of box. I want to change the style of box. And I also want to have a preview page here where you see whatever it is written on your box. Yeah, so let's work on that. Let's work on that by I would like to do this first. Check for gift card design. Okay, gift card design. You can also generate it directly from Nano Banana or whatever AI you are using, but let me just do this. Copy image. Let me see whichever works. Okay, I would like to have a preview panel to see how my card looks like, and also I want to have templates like this for the card. I want to have template like this for the cards. And what else? Let me check the website again. I like to have a preview panel to see how my cards looks like. Let me check whether I can see more cards I like. So I'm going to change this like the images attached for the card templates. Make it clean. Yeah, so let's just wait a few moments for this to set up. This is 2 a.m. already and dashboard. Just imagine now, someone sent me a card. There is no place to see whether I have received it or not. So we are going to work on that next. Let me just we do not have the profile or dashboard to see where our cards are. The current flow only shows how to send and create cards. But what if we were sent one? How am I going to see it? Yeah, so let's just wait for this two to get done. And this is 38 minutes ago. Is another one. So let me open. Yeah, I should be able to see only the cards that are sent to my wallet address. Yeah, so we have our MetaMask ready now, and we have funded it with a little faucet. And also, we created dashboard. We created dashboard, and let's just see how it looks like. Let me refresh to see. Come, let me just refresh to load it properly. So we created dashboard, and yeah, so we have received gifts and sent history now, and can also wrap our this thing here. Okay. Okay, we have card design. Nice. We have nice. So let me right click on 0.02.02. Okay, it's showing here. This box style are not having any effects, but let me just create another wallet here. Add account. Okay. So let me just copy and come to this side. Oh yeah. Remember, we are yet to deploy the contract. I'm just trying to see how it looks like. Happy birthday. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Let me see how classic looks like. I think classic is nice. Is nice a little. Merry Christmas. Okay. This looks nice. It's not going to go because I don't think we have our distance yet. We do not have a contract yet, so I think it works. It works now. I love this. I love this. We can manage this box style. There's a card design. Let me just change the box style to something clear. Since we have card design now, let's use box style. The box style doesn't have any effect, which is not cool. How about we change the box style to make it light and dark mode for each card design. Then after that, we can now focus on deploying the contract. So I think we are almost done now. We are almost done to some extent. Yeah, to some extent. Create gifts. Let me see how it looks like on light mode. Okay. The tool looks cool, not bad. If you want to, you can actually like remove this wallet icon and all. But this is nice. This is nice. This is nice. Even though we have like wrapped with care or something. But this is just for educational purpose. If you are going to turn this into a normal project, you are going to have to like be intentional with everything we are doing. So you understand what I'm trying to say now. Yeah, I think ENS names to Vitalik. Vitalik.it. This I'm not saying Vitalik.it here. Okay. Let me open the implementation plan before we proceed. Let's just leave it like that. Let's just leave it like that. Ignore the implementation plan and let's go and deploy the contract. Make sure the dashboard calls the contract properly to show if we have a gift card or we sent one. Yeah, so after this, let's just go straight to deploying our website now. I'm going to be using, I should make sure it's also on, also make sure, let me use the second place. Also make sure it's on Sepolia testnet. So now we'll be deploying it directly here too, so it will be much more easier. We mix it here. Making sure the dashboard shows the card we sent out and the ones we receive, and also to make sure we are on Sepolia testnet before we deploy. So now let's go straight to deploying our contracts. I'll just wait for a little more minute before we do that to make sure everything is set. Maybe after this one, once I done watching this, we can have like a class or maybe a stream or something. I don't know, depending on if on the time constraints. So I'll have to check if there's time for that before January for the challenge. You know, we are entering the festive period now, and people might actually be a little busy to jump on a call. I like to vibe code a portfolio dashboard, even though I have one of it here. I like to vibe code a portfolio dashboard, but the timing is the issue here. So I don't want this to get more than it's close to 3 hours now. We are adding the first part of the class to it. Proceed. Let me just do this one after the other. Okay, so we have remix here. Let's use dark. No, this is bad. Let's just use dark mode, and I'm going to be creating a new file. I just want this to be done in case it wants to work on the gift box. Yeah, so if you notice in the slide I showed you guys earlier, I said something about hard coding your secret keys and all. This is what it's talking about here. We are not going to be hard coding our own. I'm going to be putting it in Vercel directly, so we won't have issues with the private key and all. So after this, I'm just going to tell it to okay, there's a change to the design. Might have to remove this later, but that's not an issue for now. So I don't know. I kind of love this, but can even still customize it to make better. I like this one too because it has a personal message showing directly on here. Okay, now what's happening right now is that I'm trying to clean the code and then deploy the smart contract so we can now push to GitHub. What has been happening before now is that the I'm trying to clean the code because I think it was trying to deploy directly on here, which I do not want. I want to deploy it myself. So it was trying to install some packages and it was giving it some issues. So now I'm just trying to clean the code and make it ready for deployment. Okay, so let me just, okay, still working on this. So I'm just waiting for this to be done and we can actually go straight to the next stage. As you can see, we are almost done with yeah, we are done with the whole website. Every task is done. Now the deployment, I'm trying to clean it up and then we deploy. We are ready for deployment. So it says open remix ID, copy content, compile, and let's deploy. So let's just do that now. I think this is the contract. Let's just copy everything. So let's create gift box dot so we are going to paste the contract here. Yeah. Yes. So we are going to compile and see if it compiles. Okay, good. That means we are ready to go. I'm going to change this to okay, so let's deploy our contract now and see how it goes. Oh, it's trying to run this on Ethereum. Let me just change this to Sequoia testnet. Okay, I think we're good to go now. Let me deploy and verify. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, the contract is deployed and it has been verified as well. So let's just check. This is the contract. Let's go to the contract and we can see the contract address. This is the contract address. So we are going to copy this and I'm going to paste this here. This is the contract address. Also, do I need to add any other stuff? Yeah, so it's telling us to create .env.local directly ourselves. And we should now restart, then push. I think. Okay, now, so let's just create a new file. .env.local. Okay, so let's paste this there. The wallet connect, we couldn't get it because of what I said earlier, and I'm sure we can actually update that later. So let's just move on to the next one. So now we are going to run this. What happened was because I was not running the npm run dev in the right folder. So that's why. So it's running now. After this, we are going to push to GitHub and see how it looks like. You can ask, do I need to create a GitHub folder manually or just go with the command? Okay, so let's just do this. repo is pushed, but I don't believe. Okay, okay. Yeah, so our repository is pushed now, and I like to check some things. Okay, as you can see, the .env.local is not showing here because this git ignore already allows it to like be invisible in case you are trying to make it public. So I'll go to Vercel and try to push what we have been building since to Vercel and see whether it works or not. Yeah, so it is now deployed. What happened that time was that my system was bugging. I had to restart and then fix the build error, which took some minutes. Here it is now. So let's just try this out and see how it works. Let's test the website. So I'm going to bring it to this side. I'm going to test it because I already have the wallet on this local environment. I'm going to test on this my eyes out. Let me change to dark mode. I'm going to test here. Okay, connect to start. Okay, for Sepulia. Okay, I have about 0.2, so let me just send 0.05 Sepulia and customize it. I I manage no happy holidays. Okay, so I'm going to click on wrap gift and see whether this works. I think we are still facing an issue. Oh, it's telling me I'm sending asset to a born address. You will lose your assets. Got it. I think there's an issue with the smart contract. Let me send this to my need to create a new smart contract and redeploy. So I'm just going to paste this and send. Getting this error while I'm trying to send to someone. It says this thing doesn't recognize my address yet, so let me just try and get the contract address again. I think I did something earlier, so let me check on it. Scan. It should be this. Five zero. Yeah, it's this one. So let me just put this here. We are going to update the stuff and then push the new code to GitHub. Then after that, we are going to try again for the last time tonight. So if it doesn't work, I'm just going to continue in the morning. Now let's push. Let me test first. I think I need to test first. Open this in a browser. Localhost. So let me just test from here directly and see whether it works before pushing the code to GitHub. Okay, let me try again now and see whether this. Okay, so let me just check if this is going to work. Yeah, so I think this works now. You can see here it's showing me it's confirmed. Your gift is wrapped. Gift link. Okay, so let's disconnect this and try to connect the second one and see if it's on it. Okay. So I don't think this works yet. Yeah, so I'm just going to tell you, we are not pushing to GitHub yet. The sending of gifts works, but I do not see it under my dashboard, and also the receiver can't see it under their own dashboard to click. So I had to ask Gemini to fix the bug for me. The bug that doesn't allow both the sender and the receiver to see what they are doing on each side. And then what it was trying to give it, what it was trying to give me, what anti-gravity was trying to give me in the first place was that it was going to call the whole 10,000 block range, which is not suitable for this building. And we are going to be using a free RPC, and even at that, 10,000 blocks is around 33 hours, which means that if a if someone sends you, should I say, if someone sends you money today, you won't be able to see it in the next 48 hours on your dashboard again. So I had to check whether Akemi will be able to call a particular, yeah, can see it here. It works like a certain. I wanted to look at transaction history of a particular contract address. So he had to give me what I would say and stuff. So I copied everything here, as you can see. So can you see now? I copied everything here, and it actually helped in debugging my bug. And one thing I wanted to say again is that after that I had to give it an Academy RPC. So this is where I got it, Academy RPC. But I do not want to show it. You can see it has changed now because it has tried to request something and it's working. So let's now test it whether this is working now. This is create a gift. Let's go back home. Okay. Now let's check dashboard. No gift fund. Okay, this is the address I'm sending from. Let's check sent gift and see whether it's going to show. Yeah, so you can see now our this thing is showing already. Our stuff is showing already, though the view details is not working yet, but we can actually solve that. You can see that it's working now. So let me now disconnect this and connect to the wallet I sent it to check whether I'm going to see it on the other side. So once I'm able to see it on the other side, I'm just going to, I think there's still an error, but I'm going to fix that. So let me just connect wallets for account 2 that I sent it to see whether I'm going to see it on the received side. Okay. So let's check the dashboard for this to see whether it's going to show on this side. Yeah, you can see now that it's showing on this side, even though I think one of those stuff is not showing. This was showing 0.05 and 0.05 on the other side, but this is showing 0.01 and 0.05 on this side. I want to confirm the original amount which I sent. You see, I sent 0.05 and 0.001. Yeah, so I think this one is working for this. This is working now. Yes, it's working perfectly now. So we can just, yeah, the view details is not working. That's why it's bringing this issue. So we are just going to say this. Yes, it works. It works now. And now I can see it on both sides. But one thing is remaining. I want the details to be accurate, and also when I click on view details, it's not bringing anything. and there is no way for me to claim. I should be able to see details on both receiver and sender side. Receiver and once I claim from sender side, it should show a good pop-up that the amount has been added to my account. We are just going to do this now and push the code to GitHub after, because it's actually working right now, and even though it needs few more fixes and all, but the whole idea of what we are trying to do is working now. We just need to be able to claim. Yeah, so I'm done with the bugging now. Let's just try the new stuff. So this is the wallet where I sent the card to. Let me refresh and use. Okay, let me go to dashboard. Let me click this view details. Okay, a gift for you from blah blah blah, personal note. I continue to gift. Okay, the card is showing now, and I can actually hold on this to unwrap the gifts. Okay, 0.01018 claimed successfully. Okay, let's check whether this added to our wallet. Yeah, I think it did, because I sent 0.01 to it, and now I have 0.0109. But we can go and check the activity to see whether it's working or not. Okay, let's click on activity. Withdraw. Yeah, withdraw is showing now. Let's just check. Let's check it on Etherscan and see whether it worked. Yeah, I think it worked. So let's try and claim the second one, since we have about 0.01 now. Let's try and claim the second one on the dashboard. This has been claimed. You can see it's showing claimed now at the top, which makes sense. Let's click on this one and check. Hello, enjoy, continue as gift. This was the first one I sent before. Let us try and claim now, see whether it's going to add to our balance. We have about 0.018 on it, so we are going to confirm. Okay, this is cool. 0.05 claimed successfully. Yeah, you can see it has added now. We now have 0.06 on our wallet. This means everything is working perfectly. And now we can now push our code to GitHub. I have spent a lot of time on this call, Now I need to go and sleep. And if you have any question regarding what I just taught now, feel free to ask in the comment section or ask in the event chat. Thank you very much for staying to the end. That is if you stay to the end. Bye.